Oh, well, then you're dead too.
No, I'm not. I haven't touched mine.
Oh, God, and then my print's on the bottle.
And all I have to do is pour the sherry down the sink, wash the glass, put it back in the cupboard, and...
Suicide?
Exactly.
Oh, someone's still got to get in to poison the bottle.
Not necessarily. Whoever it was could have given Quinn the bottle as a present.
Oh, you don't give people open bottles, though, do you? And you couldn't reseal a bottle of sherry. Well, I couldn't, anyway.
Oh, I can't think of this stuff. Let's go and have a proper drink, shall we?
There you go. That'll be $1.98.
I want to know what Quinn's colleagues were doing on Friday afternoon.
All right.
But I want them to know. I want to know.
But if you do that,
they'll all have their stories ready, precisely. Let's see what they cook up.
All right, so whoever killed Quinn will have a pretty good alibi for last Friday. That should help, I admit.
If Quinn was killed on Friday.
Wasn't he?
I don't know. Do you? Come on, drink up, Lewis. We've got thinking to do.
Sir. That's Dr. Bartlett's place.
Well, I'm sure he won't mind.
Oh, he will. He gets very upset.
But where the hell can I park?
Well, you can have Mr. Quinn's space, I suppose. He won't be wanting it, will he?
When did you last see Mr. Quinn?
10 to 5 last Friday, sir.
What?
I watched him park his car out of his space there and drive off home.
Are you sure? Couldn't it have been someone else?
No, I know all the cars. Anyway, Mr. Quinn's was the only one there that afternoon.
Really?
Yes, sir. I said to Mr. Root.
Who?
Mr. Root, one of the syndics. He came over looking for Dr. Bartlett. He got some papers for him, but of course Dr. Bartlett was over to Banbury. So we looked in all the other offices, but there wasn't no one in.
But you said Quinn was here.
Oh, he was, sir. I don't know where, mind, but he must have been somewhere because his coat was there.
What sort of coat?
That old anorak of his. Always wore it when it was like wet, you know, and it was wet Friday. But why I know he was here was he left one of his filing cabinets open. Now, they're not supposed to do that, staff, not for a minute. Dr. Bartlett's very particular about them cabinets.
Why would he have done it, then?
Just step down the hall, I suppose, sir. Call of nature.
Very interesting, Lewis. The only member of staff here last Friday afternoon was Quinn himself.
He was?
Oh, yes. He backed his car out of his space there. I was over there in my, well, I call it my cubbyhole, see, but Dr. Bartlett, he...
Quinn was here till 10 to 5.
It's a good start, anyway.
Yes. Come on.
Not good for the brain cells.
Brewers swipes and added carbon dioxide? No. What can I get you to drink? It is after working hours.
Cinzano and soda, please.
You sure?
Positive. Lots of soda.
Cinzano and soda, please.
Ice in there?
Please, and lots of soda. I understand you want to know where people were last Friday afternoon.
Yes, yes, I do.
I expect you'd have found out sooner or later anyway, but I was with someone.
I know. Your place, I presume. Well, there's no such thing as a secret, Mrs. Hyde. Not that I've ever come across, and didn't need too much beer to tell me that if he's a married man, And your daughter's at school.
Congratulations. I suppose Donald told you. He's ever so proud of having an affair.
How long has it been going on, you and Donald?
A year, 14 months. Does it really matter?
I don't know. Was Quinn jealous?
Why do you keep going on about him? He had nothing to do with it.
So, you went off at lunchtime, right? Together?
Of course not.
And you went to your place?
Yes. And he left at, I don't know, 4-ish. Sally's usually back by 1:15, so... Why do you have to know all this?
I don't know yet. Perhaps I don't. But, that's it.
Yes, that's absolutely it.
She's not telling the truth. I don't know why, and I don't know what about, but she's not telling the truth.
Check her out with a boyfriend?
Well, perhaps it's not the whole truth. I do hope this is not going to be one of our sordid cases, Lewis.
You must understand that as president of the Board of Syndics, I shall do everything in my power to see the syndicate is not damaged. Of course, I'm extremely sorry this unfortunate young man should choose to kill himself.
I don't think he did, sir.
I remain unpersuaded. In any case, nothing you said convinces me that his death is in any way connected with the activities of the syndicate as such.
How long have you been president, sir?
6 years.
And would you say that the syndicate's been a happy place all that time?
As far as one can judge, certainly very efficient. Made very great progress.
No little jealousies, personal animosities.
Well, any academic institution, you know.
Would you like to give an example, sir?
These are internal matters. I don't see what concern they can be to you.
No trouble about promotions. That's the sort of thing we get in our job.
Ogilvy was disappointed when we passed him over in favor of Bartlett, if that's what you mean. If you're suggesting it might be...
I wasn't suggesting anything. What about Mrs. Height?
In the late 20th century, Inspector, we're obliged to give women equal status in the academic world.
She seemed rather attractive to me. Did Mr. Quinn think so?
Quinn? Good God, no, it wasn't.
There's no need for all of this to come out, is there?
Well, it depends. What time did you say you left her house?
Oh, about 4, I suppose.
And you didn't go near the office?
No. I came straight here.
Nice surprise for the wife? I'll be home early.
There's only ever been Monica.
You in love with her?
Oh, God. I don't know. This business has just about put paid to it anyway.
You all right, sir?
12 minutes. Not bad. Not the record, but not bad. What did you say?
They weren't at Mrs. Height. Her daughter was there all afternoon revising for O-levels.
And she was lying. Why, Lewis, why? What do you make of all this stuff we got from Quinn's pockets?
Not a lot.
No, me. Wonder if he won the raffle.
What about this? Rear Lounge, 102, number 93550, cinema ticket.
It's funny. Why 2 lots of numbers on 1 ticket? Fool. That's not 102, that's half of Studio 2. IO 2. Wonder what's on there. Give me the paper. No, not the Times, Lewis, the local paper. Now, this is interesting. You ever seen this?
No. Me neither.
My doctor says I should lose some weight. Stop eating butter, start eating polyunsaturates, whatever they are. Not quite the same, though, is it, Lewis?
I can't tell you exactly, but this is one of the first tickets that was issued last Friday afternoon. Doors open 1:15, and there's usually half a dozen or so waiting.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, it's a popular film. We've held it over a second week.
Held it over what?
Would you like free seats, Inspector?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but my sergeant's a little too young, to say nothing of being a married man.
Most of our customers are married. You know, you've just reminded me of something. Now, I don't know if this is of any interest to you, but I was only saying the same thing to a gentleman last week, a detective story writer. He wanted to know about our ticket numbers, too.
Well, when was this?
Just a minute, I think. Friday or Saturday, I think.
What did he look like?
I didn't meet him. It was a phone call.
What sort of voice?
A nice voice. I do remember that. Educated, if you know what I mean.
And he didn't give you a name?
No. No, he just launched straight into the subject. You know, I'm almost certain it was Friday.
There is a lot of story writers live in Oxford, sir.
This isn't a story, it's a bloody murder, Lewis. But who the hell wants to know what we want to know?
We do.
You didn't get a lot out of Ogleby, did you? I.M.T.S.W.O.N.Q?
One of the finest of all malt whiskies, Inspector. Close to Glenlivet.
Really?
One of the few true pleasures of the bachelor life, as I am sure you have found for yourself, is the opportunity for guiltless self-indulgence. Cheers.
Cheers. Very nice. Do you often bring your work home?
Oh, that's not work. That's my other secret vice. I set crosswords.
Do you? Which paper?
Different papers, but always the same name. Daedalus. He built the great maze of Greek legend, you know.
You're Daedalus. I've been wrestling with you for years.
Really?
Yes, and a right sod you are, too, sometimes. I wouldn't spend a whole day on one of your 5 downs.
Well, I do try to be just a little bit cleverer than the solver, you see. I always try to make 5 down just a little tricky.
Who told you I wasn't married? Mrs. Height?
No. But what an attractive woman, don't you think? If I wasn't as comfortable as I am, but a woman would get in the way of my work, that's my excuse. What's yours?
Oh, no woman would put up with me. I play my records too loud.
You could get her earplugs.
Who did tell you?
I looked you up. No need to chercher la femme. I like to do my own legwork.
Did you think I might ask some awkward questions, then?
No. My conscience is clear. I wanted to see who you were, if you were up to the job. Now that I know you do my crosswords, of course. How can I help you?
I want to know how to cheat the system. How to nobble the exams without getting caught.
Not easy. We keep exact records of how each school does year by year. If the average suddenly changes, well...
Crooked examiners?
No. Everything's checked by randomly chosen second examiners.
Well, that might work in England, but abroad...
We have our own foreign centers and our own supervisors.
Like Mr. George Bland, you mean? Quinn's predecessor.
An ideal man. All the right connections here and in the Middle East.
Connections for what?
For overseeing examinations. What did you think I meant?
What if he were crooked?
Oh, well, if the man at the top in any organization falls by the wayside...
He could leak the exams in advance.
Only to 1 or 2 people at the most.